For being here first and foremost. You know, it's always been it's been a dream of mine as a coach to get the Franklin High School Broncos back here. They made it here in 1993. It's our first and only appearance as a high school, and we were state runner-up that year. If I remember right, that team was undefeated and lost on the last second shot at Twin Springs. I think it was 60-59. So it's something that alumni has always talked about from Franklin High School and citizens alike in the city. And this group this year was it's very special if you hadn't followed them. We started out season 2-8, and nobody really gave us a chance. These kids kept fighting. They turned the corner after Christmas. We won 6 games in a row to end the season. Got us in the 3 seed in the region. We made a tremendous push in the region. We won our first regional championship since 2007. And when we got into the state tournament, and obviously we knew what we were up against. We knocked off a very good Northumberland team. We knocked off the back-to-back defending state champion Lancaster Red Devils. And we knew George Wythe was a buzzsaw. We knew we were going to play flawless basketball, and my hat's off to Tony and the Maroons, because they are a phenomenal basketball team with a great program. Just so proud of these young men, total all the way throughout the locker room, and both Christian Grant to my left, Kamarre Hicks to my right. These guys are phenomenal seniors that have led my program all year. Great young men. Any questions?
Coach, what are you going to remember about this season?
You know, I'm trying not to be emotional. It's hard, but just the journey, man. You know, it's there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of people don't see that. You know, we see 32 minutes of basketball, and obviously we didn't play a great 32 minutes of basketball today, but you know, we've been through a lot lately, and then these kids fought tremendously, and we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in one another, and that's what my emotions are. It ain't got to do with the loss. It's just got to do with how hard these kids worked, how hard they fought, and how much they bought into the culture. So that's what I remember the most, Brian, is the journey.
George Wythe, how hard are they to defend? I mean, all 5 guys can shoot.
Hey, is it just 5? You know, it's funny, man, because I told Tony before the game, I said, Coach, you know, I sat here 2 years ago in 23, and I watched you guys, man, and I thought you were going to give Lancaster all they wanted that year and possibly win it. And I predicted in 23 they would be here 3 years running. They got upset last year. I felt in the the semifinal against Auburn. And so they surprised me for not being here 3 years in a row. But it's hard to defend. You know, we don't play a lot of man, or have not played a lot of man-to-man defense this year, and we had to get out of what we do best. And that's the half-court trap, the 1-2-2. And we had to go to man, and we knew we were up against it.
For Christian and Kamarre, after the game, I know the saying is there, but to hear the reception you guys got from your hometown fans walking off the floor, what did that mean to you guys as players?
It was special seeing how far our fans come to support each game. They're always there for us. They always got our back, no matter what. So we love our fans.
To me, you know, it was a special experience coming this far. You know, seeing our fans giving us love, even after we lost, and the way we lost, it was just special. Just seeing that they still support us, and they'll still have our backs while we went through this season.
Kamarre, the result wasn't what you wanted. What are you going to remember about this season, this game, and playing for Coach Cutchins these last 4 years in Franklin?
I remember the hardships and how we overcame them, you know. Playing with Cut, he taught me a lot about being a man, you know, just how to battle adversity and continue to play hard, even though like the score was the way it was.
And then Rob, for you, how does a game like this and a result like this inspire the guys who are coming back throughout the off season to get ready for next year?
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, them young guys returning. You know, we got some young guys that are in the pipeline now, and you know, it's like I've told them all along, the JJB kids, you know, the middle school kids. If these kind of things don't inspire you to be great, then nothing will. You know, when you got, you know, if you know anything about the city of Franklin, you know, we got 8,000 people. And you can a grenade to take care of all of them because we're so close together. But the way these people rally behind these young men and support them, you know, the send-off we had this morning was amazing. And I tell that to kids all the time, you know, when people support you the way that the city of Franklin has, which they've done for years, but to see this kind of shine and knowing that so many people are living through us, it just has to inspire these young men. It really does.
Coach, just did this game mean even a little bit more with some of the stuff that's going on off the court at Franklin right now?
Yeah, so, and I think I talked about it with Matt on his podcast the last couple of weeks. You know, sports is great because the beauty of sports, it brings people together. You know, it unifies people. And a lot of people get caught up in what goes on, you know, and unfortunately, as I've said before, it's a doom and gloom society, if you will. But sports brings the best out of people, but it also brings people together. And there's nothing that warms my heart more than to turn around and see all them people cheering them kids on, even after you take a licking like that when they walk off the floor from how far they've come this season. It's nothing like it.
Christian, how proud of you of the team and the run they went on despite the result today? I mean, overall, big picture.
I'm very proud of my teammates and my coaches. How we started the season says a lot of how we ended. Coaches always say it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And I think we finished the season very strong.
I got a question for the players. How does it feel, you know, playing for a state championship in your last game? I know it hurts right now, but not a lot of people make it this far. So tell me how you feel about that.
It was special. Yeah, it's my last game as a senior, last high school game ever. It was special. Yesterday we had practice, last practice of the season, no matter what. So it's very special to be here, win or loss, because most people don't get it.
Robbie, as a fellow competitor, guy that's coached against you in the past, knowing this game is nowhere indicative of you or your program, your kids, you were in the locker room a long time at halftime. I got asked on the broadcast, Coach, what would you be saying to your kids in a game where nothing is going right for you and everything is going right for them? Instead of me saying what I said, can you tell us what you said at halftime to the kids?
Win with class, lose with dignity. We didn't talk about X's and O's at halftime. I told them that they earned the right to be here. We were here for a reason. We played our best basketball, you know, throughout the month of February. And as you said, this game is not the final stamp, if you will, what this program has accomplished. And you know, you believed in me for a long time, man, and you told me, you said, I'll watch you coach at VCU one day. And that meant something to me, you know, and that fueled my fire. But these kids just, they never gave up, man. They never gave up. And they're the true definition of just fight, you know, just absolutely fight.
You know, and we don't want to be in a gloomy mood here because it is a state championship. And as a coach, I don't say you lose. You just run out of time.
Yep.
But I have to ask Christian, Coach can be a character at times. Who does the best imitations in practice when he's not around of him? You're allowed to say because you're a senior, so you ain't got to deal with him on the floor no more.
I say Coach AG.
Oh, one of the coaches does the imitation. He'll be fired next year.
No, it's funny you say that, man. There's times where I've walked in a locker room before a game, you know, and they always gauge the temperature of the room. They gauge the temperature of the game during the season. And I walk in and every one of them's doing something that imitates me or something. You know, that's just the culture that we have. These kids are phenomenal, man. I mean, it's beyond basketball. It's the game of life, man. And that's what we talk about all the time. That's probably what hurts the most when it's coming to an end more than what that scoreboard said today.
Anything else? Great. Thanks, guys.